Yo, what is going down, y'all? Welcome in the Most Underrated Podcast. You already know, broadcasting from Most Underrated Studios. I'm your man, Thomas the Franchise. The homie Dow Palantonio chilling across from me. Man, got a cracking show for you guys today. Happy Thursday, happy Friday, whenever you find in the show. If you are new to the channel, man, make sure you check out the description. We have timestamps for every single topic we talk about on the show. You can scroll through them there. You can click around. You can jump around. You can pick up where you left off. If you're one of those people who listens to the show in portions, whatever you want to do. But if you are new here, we appreciate you. Welcome in. Shout out to all the Patreon members out there, man. Let me give shots to you guys. I'm giving you shots, but I don't even have my I don't got the iPad hooked up yet.
You don't have the shots ready for the shots.
Let me see. iPad. This one. There we go.
Nice.
I was
You ran out of ammo. I got it.
I thought about it very deeply because I didn't want to blow people's ears out. I was like, which lever's the iPad? Mm-hmm. And I just had the iPad volume up loud.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm glad we turned that down.
That was a great guess because we had to move this around yesterday for some shots.
Yes.
So
yes.
I'm glad you got the soundboard back on.
Doing some stuff
lock.
in the studio, shooting some vids, getting some new content going.
Yeah.
I know some people complaining about the content in the comments. We'll get to that. A big show for you, man. We're going to break down UFC Fight Night. Some good fights this weekend. Looking forward to those, especially the main event with Cowboy Cerrone versus Justin Gaethje. What else we got today? NFL for you. Fantasy football heavy. Going to give you some stardom sit-ems. Some people that you need to not be starting in your fantasy leagues. There's a lot of people, not a lot, but there's some guys that look like starters on paper, but man, I'm going to tell you to sit those guys down this weekend, find alternates. There's a lot of good talent on the waiver wire, and there's a lot of good people sitting out there in leagues. So I'm going to make some recommendations, some switches for you, if you will.
Definitely sit everybody on Thursday Night Football for sure.
Oh, it's going to be
Let me just throw that out there.
That's going to be a pooper tonight.
Pooper Bowl 2019.
Even though I have Cam Newton,
gross.
It's going to be what's wrong with Cam Newton against the Bucs tonight? It's going to be a great game. Or he's going to be he's going to tear him up.
Yeah, I guess I just don't like what he's wearing here lately.
Oh, the Mick Foley, the barbed wire.
I don't understand the fashion. I don't get it.
Well, here's the good thing. They don't get fantasy points based on their fashion.
That is true.
So I just worry about what goes on in the field.
Fair enough.
We're going to talk fantasy. We're going to talk some NFL. I got some Bill Belichick sound for you that's hilarious. We'll go into that. We'll go into, some UFC. We got sneakers and fashion. We got a pair of shoes to look at. We got a couple of different things we want to talk about, sneakers and fashion. Travis Scott's getting pushed. Some different stuff there.
Lame.
It's going to be a fun show, man. I think, let me see, where do we want to start here? Dude, have you seen this whole vaping epidemic? I'm not a vape guy. I don't vape at all.
I don't either.
This is something that this isn't like really planned to talk about on the show, but I've seen story after story after story, and the conspiracy theorist in me is like, man, are they just are they just trying to scare everybody? What's the deal here? Is this really a problem? Are there really people getting hurt? Mm-hmm. What is going on with the vaping? And the more I read up on it, the more stories I see.
Yeah.
Not only the more the more confused I get, and that's not correct. It's just the more information I get that's different than what I'm seeing on the news, what's being reported. Does that make sense? I
agree. So here's where I'm at with it. I'm not super knowledgeable about this, but what I would say is...
You vape, right?
I don't vape. I'm just kidding. You vape, right? I also drink Monster energy drinks. I also drink my White Claws, and I vape. That's like the trifecta.
That's your thing.
That's the trifecta, right?
That's what you do.
That being said, here's the deal. 6 deaths related to vaping of some sort.
Yeah.
Now, all these different genetics and lungs and how they work and how they don't, that's what they're tying it to. There's 6 known deaths that are related to vaping. Now, we took a look at the larger picture here. Trump has actually even addressed this issue. I think it was either yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, they came out and put a ban on it.
Yeah, came out and said, hey, we got to do something about this.
Vaping,
Children are dying, that kind of thing. I do agree with that. I agree there needs to be some stipulations, some restrictions, whatever it is. What about the gun violence? So is vaping more relevant and more important than all the lives that we've just lost and that we continue to lose with gun violence? Is vaping taking precedent over that? That's what I'm having a hard time understanding is like, we have 6 known deaths that have been related to vaping. I can't say any more than that. But we have gun violence at the height of everything and what it is. People walking into Walmart getting shot. Again, I don't want to make this political.
Yeah.
But is really vaping the problem here? Do we need to be addressing this? Is that more important than the president coming out and saying, hey, let's talk about guns. Let's talk about this. I love having my guns. I'm a gun collector.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm a gun hoarder, but I protect myself.
Bunch of guns. Yeah.
I have my concealed permit. I don't really carry that often, but there's times when I do, and the fact that I can. So I don't know, man, as we're talking about vaping, those are some of the thoughts that have come to my mind, and I'm trying to make sense of this. But vaping, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like the plumes of smoke. I don't think that's cool. I don't think making circles and all kinds of designs out of how you blow smoke out your mouth is cool necessarily. But I have vaped CBD back in the day.
Yeah.
And, that seems to hit me dramatically versus using the topical sometimes or the tincture. So I have vaped. I don't vape daily. I don't vape weekly or monthly. So here's what I would say. Everything in balance. That's how I keep my life in balance, is to be balanced. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. There's my take.
I think everything is, I think we just need to be smarter about understanding the situation. Vaping has been around. Mm-hmm. This is not new, right?
Right.
The fact that people are dying from vaping, why haven't they been dying before? Why haven't we been hearing all this the past few years, right? Mm-hmm. That's what initially what I think. So I start doing research and I start trying to understand a little bit more after seeing a story on news program the other day where they not completely gloss over, but they briefly mentioned that the people are dying, or the death that they were talking about on there was linked to this kid getting a THC cartridge that is laced with, it's a black market cartridge. It's basically a flavored marijuana cartridge. They don't make flavored marijuana cartridges at the dispensary and shit. They're marijuana. They're just THC. They're not flavored.
Right.
So this dude is black market making THC cartridges that are flavored and selling them to kids, high school kids, everything from Sour Patch Kids flavor to Skittles to whatever. They're doing all this different stuff. Those are the people that are dying. People are not hitting the jewel and dying. That's what's being lost here. And that's what is not being reported correctly. The people that are dying are using black market vaping products. They're not using a Juul, but Juul and the e-cigarette companies are the ones getting the bad rap. They're getting the bad reputation. They're the ones taking the brunt of the accusations of people dying, when it's really not people using their products that are dying. Are they a vaping product? Yes. Is it their product? No. It's the black market shit that's being made by some 20-year-old in his basement. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the stuff that's killing people. So now, am I saying that Juul or whoever, these e-cigarette companies' hands are completely clean in this? No, because where they're going wrong and where they're getting popped is because they're marketing to children. Mm-hmm. They're marketing these flavored e-cigarettes to kids. That's where everyone's up in arms with them. But don't get the two confused. People aren't hitting the Juul and dying. No one's buying THC marijuana cartridge from a dispensary and dying. They're getting it off the black market. It's underage kids buying shit from the black market because they can't get it at the corner store. They can't get it at the dispensary. That's who's dying here. So I think we need to just understand that. Okay? Because that's what I think is not being reported correctly. Right. I think there's reporting that people are dying, but then you see Juul and you see these e-cigarette companies' names next to it, and it's like, no, it's convoluted. There's more to the story. There's more going on. But I see what they're trying to do. I mean, they're considering it an epidemic.
Well, and
I don't know if 6 people is an epidemic.
Right. Well, what I've been reading, though, is if you read a little bit more, so this ARDS, this is what they're calling the disease. So acute respiratory distress syndrome. Now, so 6 people died of this syndrome that they're calling now. But it sounds like there are over like 300 cases,
like lung issues,
lung issues that can turn into this, that can be a part of this. So there are some things happening, and I do agree with you on that. There are some black market shit, the quality control. What are you doing? What are you smoking? What are you putting in? And I think that's always been the case, right? You could go buy some weed and have it laced. I know in the 60s and 70s, my dad talks about how a weed was laced with PCP, angel dust at that time, and he had a couple friends that hit that and were never the same.
Wow.
From stuff like that. So it's been happening over decades, right?
Yeah.
This type of stuff. And I think you're absolutely right. But I do think there is something to be said about this this new ARDS, it's acute respiratory distress syndrome.
Oh, totally.
And,
I'm not saying
it's obviously concerning, and I don't know how much stronger vaping is in comparison to a cigarette or a pack of cigarettes. I don't want to go into that, but this is an issue. And I think the people in their 20s and 30s shouldn't be having this. Shouldn't be having these syndromes at that early an age. And I think our young folks, it's very triggering to me to have this come up. But, I don't know, a 20, 30-year-old could also have emphysema.
Right.
As well,
Me personally, am I never going to smoke a weed vape cartridge again? No. I mean, I haven't had any issues. Right. But I also I'm not using a black market product, and I'm not smoking the product every day. Mm-hmm. I'm smoking the product here and there when I'm in a situation where can't bring a joint in or I don't have legal weed. But I'm also getting it from a dispensary. I'm getting it, and I'm not saying it's good for you. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it, there's nothing wrong with it at all. I'm just saying that I don't use it enough to where these kids are on the thing all day, every day, and they're blowing huge clouds of smoke. You can't do that with a marijuana pen. It's a completely different thing.
Right.
That vaping and that huge cloud of smoke that's going into your lungs that you're blowing out, that doesn't occur with the CBD marijuana cartridge. If you're not in an area where marijuana is legal, a vape pen with THC and a vape pen with tobacco or vaporized oil, it's a different thing.
Strawberry oil.
I would almost liken that to hookah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just not the same. This is like you hit it once or twice and you're high and you're good. They're smoking this thing 30 puffs in 20 minutes. You know what I mean? A puff a minute, like going in. It's not the same thing. So I just want to make sure people are aware of that. And people that aren't in Colorado, or people that aren't in a state where marijuana is legal, or people like, I want people reaching out to me like, well, use the vape pen. Like, yeah, in moderation, a very, very small amount here and there when I don't have access to other weed or whatever. It's also not black market. It's also purchased from a normal, a dispensary, which they have to be tested as well.
Yeah.
All the dispensary stuff has to be tested. The weed's lab tested, everything. Mm-hmm. So that's the part of it being legal here.
The convenience store vape?
Right.
Not tested.
Right. No doubt. So that's kind of where I'm at on it, man. I just have heard about it. I wanted to get your thoughts on it. Yeah. I've seen a lot of stuff in the news about it. Mm-hmm. So is what it is, man. I think it's going to continue to be an issue because kids are going to do what they do. Yeah. They're going to be able to stop kids from doing, forever.
I'm just glad kids aren't eating Tide Pods anymore.
Oh my God.
That's great.
Idiots.
Hey, what do you know about this? Breaking news.
What?
we got a Popeyes update. Popeyes chicken.
Okay.
Have you heard?
No.
Dog. So they've been selling out of chicken sandwiches, right? They're hard to get. They came out with a new concept. BYOB is what you can order at Popeyes.
Oh, okay.
That is
BYOB?
Bring your own bun. They have a market campaign of bringing your own bun now because of how they're selling out of sandwiches. And instead of selling you the sandwich, they're selling you the 3-piece chicken tender meal, and you can just bring your own bun. They're not going to put mayo. They're not going to give you the pickles. They're going to sell you the 3-piece chicken tender meal on the BYOB, and you bring your own damn bun. What do you think about that? Is that dumb marketing? Is this marketing that could go as viral as the damn chicken sandwich? Or is this like, oh, are you kidding me? Because I'll tell you what, Chick-fil-A would never tell you to bring your own bun. They got buns.
Dude, that's interesting. I'm going back and forth in my brain right now trying to...
They got buns.
What are they charging? What are they charging?
What are they...
That's what I want to know. That's my first question. What are they charging you to not give you all the extra shit?
What are they charging you for?
Better be less. If it's not less, do not talk to me.
I don't know what they're charging, actually. I can look that up real quick.
Because if Popeyes is charging me the same amount, and they're just saying you got to bring your pickles, you got to bring your bun, you got to bring your mayo, your sauce... Why am I getting charged the same amount? And it better not be $1 cheaper. This better be substantial cheaper. I'm talking, dude, what do you get with the meal normally? You get the sandwich, a side, and a drink?
It's about the same cost. Looks like $6.50.
Stop it. And it still includes the drink?
Whereas you're about $8 for the just sandwich itself.
Wait. Say it again. Start over.
So with the 3-piece chicken tenders... that they're going to charge you, it's about $6, $6.50-ish right in there.
Okay.
That sandwich that, Stringer and I went and got for us, it was about $8 a sandwich.
Well, here's what I don't understand. They're giving you a 3-piece tender meal, and they want you to put 3 tenders on your bun?
They want you to bring your own buns for the tenders. They're not giving you the sauce. They're not giving you the pickles.
But when you get a chicken sandwich, it's one chicken breast. It's one piece of meat on a sandwich, right?
I don't know how big the tenders are, though.
So they're giving you 3 chicken sandwiches? Technically? Or that's what I'm saying. Tenders don't sound like it's enough for a chicken sandwich. It makes it sound like you need to put 3 chicken tenders on one bun to make the sandwich.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It's just I'm not fully getting it. How I am though. I break shit down. I don't. Yeah. I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding why it's not cheaper. I'm not understanding why they're doing this, and they're telling me to bring a bun with tenders. I just eat tenders. I dip them in sauce. Why do I need to bring a bun for the tenders?
Why would I want the bun for the tenders?
If you're giving me a whole chicken breast, now I understand why I need the bun.
I just better go to Cane's now. Because I can get the chicken tenders because that's all they do over there.
Right. Right.
I don't really understand it, man. But this marketing, I don't think it's going to last very long.
Yeah, I'm confused.
BYOB, chicken tenders, Popeyes, no sauce, no big ass pickles. I'm out.
I think that's the reason that. I think the whole reason that they did this campaign is because it sounds good. BYOB, like bring your own booze, you know?
Yeah.
That bring your own bun. They just did it. Someone was like, oh, that's brilliant marketing. And then they put it together and they didn't think of the rest. Like, yeah. Hey, it sounds cool. But then once you tell me about it, it sounds retarded.
Doesn't
make sense to me.
Yeah.
You're charging me the same cost and you're giving me 3 tenders. How does that replace a chicken sandwich? If I'm a person that wants a chicken sandwich, how is that helping me?
Their buns were pretty buttery too.
Yeah, the buns were fire.
I would rather have some of the buns. I don't want to bring my own buns.
What are they doing?
I guess I could bring those Hawaiian buns. You know which one I'm talking about? Oh, the King's Hawaiian buns.
Yeah. Those are fire.
Seems like a lot of work. I just want the tenders. If I want tenders, I want tenders. I don't want to make a sandwich.
Yeah, no doubt.
I go get tenders to get tenders.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm out.
For sure. All right, man. Let's move into UFC. Let me get Mueller on the phone.
Okay.
And let's talk a little bit of UFC Fight Night going down this Saturday on the ESPN Plus app, I believe. I'll confirm that with Mueller in a second. But yeah, let's get him on the phone. We'll jump into that. Here, let me dead the music.
Yo,
what's up, man? How's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing good. Going to talk some UFC Fight Night. You mentioned last week when you were on the show promoting UFC 242, which ESPN absolutely killed me on the spoiler. We don't need to get into all that because I'll get pissed off here. I don't do that this early in the show. But UFC Fight Night, we talked about Cowboy Cerrone, dude. That is the card coming up this weekend. How many fights are you looking forward to on the card? Let's say it that way.
You know, there's 3 fights that I think are going to be fun just for being good fights. And then there's kind of one dark horse fight just on a hope for me. But okay. I would say there's 3 really good fights.
And let's start with the first one, the Uriah Hall, Antonio Carlos Jr., the middleweight bout there. Who are you taking in that one, Mueller, and why do you think that fight's going to be interesting?
You know, I think I'm going to take Uriah Hall. He is one of the weirdest fighters. He throws the strangest kicks, the spinning back fist, the push kicks, just moves you've never seen. You know, he's beaten really good fighters like Gegard Mousasi, and then he's gotten completely obliterated by some amateur fighters. So it's just going to be interesting to see which Uriah Hall we get to see tomorrow on Saturday night.
Mm-hmm. I like that too. I'm right there with you, Mueller. I think Uriah you just never know. He has this explosiveness that you just never know what's coming, and I love that, man. But it is feast or famine with that guy. I think you're absolutely correct, so I'm taking Uriah Hall in that as well.
Let me give you guys the UFC lines here. So you guys are both taking Hall. He's the underdog. He's plus 200. So you put up 100 on him, you double your money.
I like it.
Too. Going the other direction, if you go in on, where did it go here?
Antonio.
Carlos Jr., you're looking at minus 255. So you'd have to put up $255 just to win 100 on him. He's favored there. But both of you guys like Hall. Do you like it going the distance, Mueller?
I like that one going the distance, yes.
Okay, so split decision or unanimous decision, something with the judges there.
Yep.
All right, let's go into the next one. I think it's the Glover Teixeira fight, Nikita Krylov. Is that the one you find interesting there?
Yeah, I love Nikita Krylov. He's a ton of fun to watch. He wasn't fighting for about a year and a half or 2. He had a contract issue with the UFC, but he's had a couple fights since he's been back. He's a ton of fun. He knocks guys out. He'll wrestle. He'll strike. He's a complete fighter. And, dude, Glover's Glover. He's beaten really good fighters. He's been knocked out by Gustafsson. He's lost some fights, but that's going to be a burner for sure.
Mm-hmm. I like Nikita in this one as well. And he's got the advantages all across the board, if you ask me, just on paper as well. He's got the height advantage. He's 6'3" over the 6'2". He's got the reach advantage at 77.5 inches versus 76 on Glover. And then he's also got the leg reach at 44.5 versus 42.5. So I like this. I think he's beat some great fighters. Mueller, I'm with you again. I want to bet, but I'm with you as well.
The betting odds on those ones.
And I think.
Oh, go ahead.
I think Krylov is like quite a few years younger. Glover's getting pretty old at this point.
That's what I was just going to say. Is age a factor for Glover?
Glover's been around for a minute, for sure.
Age, not so much, but I think the number of fights he's been in and the number of times he's been knocked out definitely start to add up on a guy. Mm-hmm. I think we're seeing kind of the twilight of the Glover career. This
fight is basically, it's almost a pick'em. It's minus 120 on Nikita, and then you're looking at minus 110 on Teixeira. So not much difference there at all. mean, either put up 120 to win 100 or you put up 110 to win 100, depending on which fighter you go with. So let's move on to the main event, and that is Donald Cowboy Cerrone versus Justin Gaethje. What do you think about this one, Mueller?
Dude, this is going to be one of the fights of the year, in my opinion. Dude, these are two of the top 5 strikers in the UFC right now. There's not going to be a better Cowboy fight we've seen in a long time. And, you know, Cowboy's in a lot of fights always. This one's hard to pick, but I think if Dallas wants to sneak in a bet, I think this is the one I'm taking Gaethje all day long.
Oh, man. Oh, my heart says Cerrone. My mind says Cerrone. Everything says Cerrone. I just love this guy because he's ready to go anytime. He'll fight anybody. Dude, I love this. I'll take this bet with you. Let's do 20. I got Cerrone.
Unless his sinuses are all blown up or whatever the hell happened. His
eye
socket.
Yeah, he cannot blow out of his nose when he's got a busted eye socket. No doubt about that. But I'm with that, man. I think grapplers, I think you're absolutely correct, Mueller. God dang, I am excited, man. And I hope these fools stand up the duration of the fight. I hope none of them go down, and I just hope it's a fight till the end, man.
Are you betting on this one, Dow? Are you taking Cerrone then?
Yeah, I said Mueller. Let's do 20 on this one for sure. I got him paid for the last bet because he paid us on the cast,
yes.
A couple casts ago. But yeah, let's do 20 on this one. I got Cerrone all day. Mueller, I look forward to it.
Dang.
Hey, man, how many Gaethje fights have you watched, Dow or Chise? You guys pretty up to date?
I think I've only watched one with you, Mueller.
Okay. When he was in World Series of Fighting, dude, there is no wrestling in his game. He can do it, but that guy is in your face, punching you in the face, pushing you backwards. He did the same thing to Eddie Alvarez. Dude, it's going to be a fun one.
Nice.
I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
The betting odds in that one, you're looking at Gaethje's obviously the favorite, minus 215. So you have to put up 215 to win 100 there. And then on Cowboy, it's plus 175. So your 100 wins you 175 on that one. So he's the underdog. I'm excited for that one. What network is this on? It's Fight Night. Is this on ESPN Plus?
Yep.
Okay, so as long as you have the ESPN Plus app, do you have to have the subscription? What is it, $5 a month?
I think is what it is, but I think there's a bundle. Is it with Hulu, Mueller, right now?
Yeah, with the new Disney Plus offer, they're doing a bundle where you could get ESPN, Hulu, and that new Disney for like $13 a month. It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah,
nice.
No doubt. So this is Fight Night 158, and this is in Vancouver. Am I correct on that, Mueller?
It is in Vancouver, yes.
All right.
Nice.
Let's make some money, eh?
Hey.
Let's make some money, eh?
Are you guys
Canadian West Coast?
You guys going to see Tim? Watch the fight?
Nah, I think we're good on that one.
You guys watching at the crib?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll come through.
I think we're going to, not Tim, we're going to meet up with Tom Stefaniak.
Nice one.
And we're going to watch it with him.
Nice. That'll be fun. Cool, Mueller. Well, thank you for joining us, dude. I appreciate you taking the time, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, y'all. And we've got some big pay-per-view fights coming up to talk about in the near future here.
No doubt.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. We'll talk to you soon.
I'll see you Saturday, bruh.
Later, guys.
Later. All right, Mueller joining us on the phone, talking a little bit of UFC. Let me see here. What do we want to go into next? I'm excited for that card, though, dude. I think it's going to be a fun card this weekend. Actually, not necessarily the card, almost the same as last week. And I'm excited for the main event. I'm excited for the Cerrone fight. He's got me a little bit amped. I like the Uriah Hall fight as well. He's got me a little bit excited for that one. I might throw a little money down because I wanted to throw money down on Felder last weekend when he told me to.
I know.
But then the whole time with the Abu Dhabi BS. This one is in Vancouver, up in Canada. The North.
The Canucks.
So it should be a fun fight. Either way, we'll enjoy it this weekend, hopefully. And hopefully we're talking about Cowboy Cerrone coming out with a win on Monday.
No doubt.
All right, let's see where we want to go next. All right, let's move into some fantasy, man. We'll do some waiver wire stuff, some pickups. We'll do some stardom sit-ems here. And also, I'd like to extend the olive branch to you guys, man. If you follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, you can shoot us your stardom sit-ems if you have people that you're kind of in between on, and we'll read them on the show. We'll try to get those answered for you on the show and give you that fantasy advice every Thursday or Friday when you're hearing the show. So let's jump right into it. Let's start with quarterbacks, man. Who's a quarterback that you really, really like this week that you're telling everyone to start? Not the obvious stuff. Not the obvious, Pat Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. A guy that you think really has some value. Actually, I guess let's go sits first, and then we'll go starts. Okay. Because that may be a guy that you want to replace the sitter with. So who you sitting?
I'm a little skeptical on Russell Wilson, not only this year, but this week.
Okay.
If you look at what he did last week, there was only one quarterback who finished with fewer passes than Wilson, and that was Kirk Cousins with 10. Wilson was 16 of 20, for only 196 yards. This guy didn't even get 200 yards. He did have 2 touchdowns, no interceptions at home, nonetheless, against Cincinnati. So for me, it's just hard to expect a high volume of throws until we actually see it.
Right.
You're just not going to see the volume for in the air. I believe the volume comes from the running backs. So if you have Seattle's running back, Chris Carson, I think he's obviously a go. I would have him as a starter, but I would not be starting Russell Wilson this week.
I absolutely agree with you. We talked about the lack of receiving core. We talked about a lot of that. I don't know that I'm with you on Russ. I totally agree. My sit is going to be Aaron Rodgers this week. He's a guy that I got on my team.
Yeah.
I know he had a terrible week last week. I had to start him. I kind of didn't have a choice because I was just like, let's see what happens week 1. I'm not trying to say let's overreact to week 1. I just think it's another tough matchup, just like the Bears defense was.
Right.
Minnesota's defense is no dog. Their front seven's going to be tough. It's going to put a lot of pressure on Rodgers and the run game. So I don't think that's going to help him at all, open up the pass game, because they're going to shut down, the front seven's going to shut down the run early. Rodgers is going to be forced to pass. And that's secondary with Harrison Smith, the corners they have out there. I just don't like Rodgers at all this week, and I'm about to give you a guy in a second that I would roll out over him, and he's available quite a bit. Who do you have as a start?
Interesting. For me, as a big start this week, and he's he might still be available. I don't know. After week 1, he may not be. Dude, I am really, really liking Dak Prescott. I'm liking the Cowboys.
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why I would say, so not only was his performance impressive in week 1 against the Giants, of course, you're going against the Giants. What do you expect, right?
No doubt.
But it allowed Prescott to go off with 41 fantasy points, dude. Holy shit, we're talking Mahomes points here. We're talking like some of the most elite quarterbacks of all time points. Again, I don't want to get too crazy because it was week 1.
You're getting crazy.
I don't want to talk amateur hour
Sounds
here
like
yet.
You're getting crazy.
But he was 25 of 32. He was consistent. Okay, sure. Again, we're going against the Giants here. Okay, let's not throw a parade here, but consistency is key. And if we know anything about the Cowboys organization, it sounds like they're not going to put any more money out this year. But don't get it twisted. I think what's going to happen, what you're trying to see with Jerry, is him trying to be, let's sign Ezekiel. Let's get that running game string. Let's get that up. Let's depend. Let's put him out there. We want him to have the most carries. We want the offense built around Zeke. That's why they had that big contract. Don't you think for a second that Dak has a problem with that? You don't think that Dak has something to prove? You don't think Dak's going to go out there and earn his contract and say, nah, you paid Zeke. That's great. I'm an elite quarterback, and I'm going to fucking show you this year. I think he's got something to prove, dude. I love his consistency week 1. I love that he put 41 points for everybody that did have him, and good for you. And I see it continuing. Dude, we're talking this week, division rivals, dude, with Washington. It is at Washington. It is home. They looked a lot better than what we thought they would.
You saw what happened last week over the top with Deshaun Jackson. You got Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper on the outside, and then you got Zeke lulling you to sleep. They pound Zeke, and then all of a sudden you run a play action and over the top.
And then all of a sudden, Witten's back.
Yeah,
making a TD.
Yeah,
welcome back, Witten. So
I love the pick. I'm not jumping out of the seat. I don't think Dak's going to have 40 points again, but
no.
I think I really like the pick. I think there's a high upside there, especially against the Redskins D. I know it is in Washington. Doesn't mean anything.
I see him 25 plus, and I think that's great for a quarterback.
If you need a spot start, if you got Aaron Rodgers, who was your bench? Who did you say to sit?
I said to sit Russell Wilson.
You have Russell Wilson. You have one of these guys that we're telling you not to start this week. Pick up a guy like Derek Carr, the guy that I'm going to go with here.
Interesting.
That's my spot start of the week. And I really like Derek Carr. Or pick up a guy like Dak Prescott, like you said. There's a couple other guys on there as well. Carr's going to be the guy I'm going to go with this week. I just think that his chemistry with Darren Waller, that young tight end, I love that, man. They tore the Broncos up. Was the Broncos. They didn't look great. I get it. But I think Derek Carr has the weapons, dude. Now with the distractions out of the way, with Brown gone, Tyrell Williams slides in as the number 1 receiver. You still got a young receiving core there. They brought Keelan Doss back. You got Darren Waller. You got Josh Jacobs running the ball really, really well. It looks like they fixed the biggest problem they had last year, which was the O-line. It wasn't that Carr was awful. It was Carr had no time.
Yeah.
So when we just saw what happened. When you give Carr time, he can do pretty well. And this is a Broncos defense. It's supposed to be top 5 in the league. It's supposed to be one of the most vaunted defenses this season. I didn't see it. And is it the Raiders that good, or the Broncos are just not going to be what we thought they were? I don't know. It's too early to tell. But I like Derek Carr this week, and I like him a lot better than Aaron Rodgers. That's going to be my spot start. What do you got? Let's move on to running backs. What do you got over there?
For the Situms, man. This is a tough one, and I hate to always play it close to home, but dude, for me this week, Philip Lindsay.
Eesh.
I've got to sit him.
Yeah.
I've got to sit him, man, and I thought you would probably agree with this one here.
Yeah.
But Lindsay and Royce Freeman, man, they're going to split time, which was the case in week 1 at Oakland. Dude, and it's super frustrating. I mean, I have Lindsay in one of my leagues. Dude, Lindsay played 53% of the snaps and had 11 carries for 43 yards. That's not going to cut it, dude. That does not cut it for a starter, and that's against the Raiders, who aren't known for a defensive team by any stretch, okay? They let go of their best defensive player, to Chicago. That being said, I just don't like the split, and I think there's a little bit of discombobulation happening, not only from the coaching front, from Vic Fangio, who's a defensive guy anyways, coming from Chicago, new systems in place, who's really that guy, the splitting of targets, and just based off of what actually did happen against a middle-of-the-road defensive team in Oakland with that amount of carries and what he actually got at 43 yards total and 11 carries. Split too much. There's discombobulation. I don't like it. I got to sit him.
I actually love the Broncos this week, which you'll see in heaters later on when we give our picks against the spread later in the show. But I'm with you on this 100%. I think you just can't trust the three-headed running back monster on an offense that continues to go 3 and out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just hard to trust that. Now, I'm not saying they're going to go 3 and out all because I like the Broncos this week. I like a bounce back from my team. You wore the Broncos stuff on Monday night. They got their ass kicked.
Yeah.
I'm coming out wearing the Broncos stuff. I think they're going to win this week. We'll talk about it later in heaters, but I'm with you on Philip Lindsay. I think that it's going to be more of an aerial attack.
Yep.
And if they are running it, I just think it's going to be too divided.
Yeah.
Between the three-headed monster, it's just too much.
You think Flacco gets wacko in the air?
I don't know if he gets wacko, but my sit is going to be Todd Gurley, dude. With
Really?
the arthritic knee, a bad matchup against the New Orleans Saints. Combine that with the fact he got scored by Malcolm Brown last week.
Twice, brother. It's good bid.
You win twice, brother. It's good
You win
biz.
twice, bitch. Good. It's good, Brad. I can't even do it. God dang.
You win twice, brother. It's good bid.
There you go.
That's
there you
nice.
go.
I like it.
Classic Joe Dirt. Sorry, that was an accident. But I don't like Todd Gurley this week. I just think he's too risky. I think the fact that he's getting out-touched and outscored by Malcolm Brown as the backup, he found the end zone twice. And not only did he find the end zone twice last week, Malcolm Brown, but he had more PPR, points per reception points, than Todd Gurley. He's catching more out of the backfield. Add a bad matchup to that, it's not good. Gurley, you got to sit Gurley. Who are you? Who's a spot start for you this week, or who are you putting in that lineup for sure this week that may be flying under the radar?
Duke Johnson.
Oh, I thought you were going to take my guy just now. I'm glad you didn't.
I didn't because this is a guy who the reason why this is a spot start is because he wasn't supposed to be the guy. Carlos Hyde, he's kind of that end zone guy, that old man that's going to get you in the end zone. But I like the versatility of Duke Johnson. Johnson played 63% of the snaps and was a little bit more valuable as a running back, I believe, and I think he's going to get more of the workload. But the versatility of the catching, I think, really gives him the one up over there. And I think what you're going to see, not only is Duke Johnson going to have a good game, the Texans. You talk about a bounce back game, dude. They should have won the game, dude, with New Orleans, man.
Yep.
They were so damn close. But, dude, never count out Breeze. That's all I can say, man. And I really, really think that as a whole, from the air to the ground, the Texans are going to come out swinging at home, dude. And anybody that you have on, any elite people that you have with Houston, play them this week. Whether it's Deshaun, whether it's DeAndre Hopkins, whether it's Duke Johnson, they're going to come out swinging.
I'm going to go with, this is why I said I thought you were going to take my guy.
Yeah.
Matt Breida. That's your guy.
Yeah, that's
you
my guy.
love Matt Breida.
I'm starting him.
I thought
I'm starting
that's
3.
That's exactly why I have him in this category. He is a definite start this week. Do not let the 3 points from last week scare you off. I know he still had 15 carries. It was just kind of 15 carries, 37 yards. The game script didn't kind of go in his favor. He left the game in the beginning. Did you know he left in the first half with some hydration issues last week?
I did, yeah. He left really early.
Yeah, so he had some issues there. I don't think, don't be scared away. It was a weird week.
That's week 1 blues.
Right.
I get it.
He should have tore the Bucks up, but I get it. He's going to come out this week. I really, really like Matt Breida this week. I think he's a big part of the game plan. And with the Tevin Coleman injury, I think he lights up Cincinnati the same way Chris Carson did last week for Seattle.
Yeah.
Like Matt Breida this week. If you have any of the guys that we talked about sitting, these are guys you can plug in.
Yeah.
Matt Breida, easy plug and play.
Dude, Matt Breida, no Tevin Coleman.
Yep.
Jarek McKinnon, never heard of her.
Never heard of her. All right, let's go into, you have any more on receivers? Any more starts or sits there? Or you want to go into, on running backs?
On running backs, no. Good.
All right, let's go to receivers then. What do you have for your stardom there?
Some of these are pretty obvious and some of them aren't.
It's hard early in the season,
yeah.
Because you're not hitting the waivers as hard. But there are definitely still some guys out there,
right?
That can help your team contribute this week, and maybe some sleepers that you're not really looking at.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, what we saw from Arizona, from both sides of the ball, the Cardinals, there wasn't a lot to like there.
Yeah.
There's not, and we still have Patrick Peterson, right, who's still suspended, in the secondary, so their secondary is a little light. So this week, man, Baltimore taking on Arizona, I got to start Marquise Brown.
Hollywood Brown,
so
dude. You don't think the first week's a fluke?
I think that was nice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a fluke, but I would say it's super, super nice. I don't expect to have that same type of volume. I mean, there's tape on him now, and it's only been a week, but I think they can knock some of that out. But what I really, really like is he had the 4 catches for 147 yards, two tutties, and just 5 targets in week 1 at Miami. Here's what I would say. The secondary still without Patrick Peterson, I think, is a huge upside to starting Marquise Brown. And, I think he's a solid 2-3, a fantasy receiver. And based off the performance, the weak secondary, I think Marquise Brown is somebody you got to start.
I'm going to go with John Ross out of Cincinnati. It's another one that's similar to Marquise Brown, had a huge week 1, insane stat line, 158 yards on 7 catches.
Yep.
But it looked like the offense was kind of flowing through him. And one of those, did you see him high point it and kind of almost grab it over the top of the defender?
Pulled it over.
It should have been a pick. But the guy mistimed his jump or something weird.
I think that's one of the catches of the possible catches of the year
so
far.
Yeah, that was sick.
It's early. But that's great. And I'll tell you something about John Ross III. I picked him up on waivers.
Oh,
I picked him up in 2 out of my 6 leagues this week, so he was one of my hot waiver wire pickups. Just a little FYI there as well.
So they're playing San Francisco this weekend. It's a team that allowed the 6th most catches against receivers last year. I know it's a different year, but that's kind of how we go early on in the season. You kind of base the stats a little differently. I'm even a fan if you play DFS, you play Daily Fantasy, DraftKings. If you're in you can join our DraftKings league. Click the link in the description, hit the Patreon. It's $1 a month. And then you'll get all the updates to all the leagues in there, or the links to the DraftKings league that we post in there. But if you play DFS on a sneaky sleeper, I like John Ross and Andy Dalton on a stack this week. Mm-hmm. Maybe if you're one of those people that plays a bunch of lineups, I like that on the sneaky tip. Who do you got for your sit-em this week for receivers?
God, I almost have 2 on this.
That's fine, yeah.
But number 1, I got to go again with the Broncos, dude. Emmanuel Sanders.
Ooh, sit him down, huh?
Yeah, I like sitting him, dude. I think you're gonna see a huge upswing from the Chicago Bears. I think they were absolutely embarrassed from the offensive side to the defense. Dude, they were embarrassed for sure, dude. But I am really happy with the speed of Sanders. Coming from that last year's Achilles tear, and a strong performance at week 1. With Oakland, he had 86 yards and a touchdown on 7 targets. That being said, dude, Cortland Sutton, Emmanuel Sanders, dude, between the 2 of them, the targets, dude, Noah Fant. These guys, dude, you just don't know who it's going to go to. You don't know who to trust right now. Flacco wasn't given the time that he needed. Some he was given more time, and he held onto the ball too long. But, dude, I just don't like this coming up against a Bears team that is arguably pretty damn good on both sides of the ball, and have been a defensive team, even Fangio departing and coming to us. He's just not somebody I trust to give me 10-plus points this week, and an elite receiver as he is. I think the Broncos are a little in ruins with their offense, and I just don't trust him. The other one I was going to say is Robbie Anderson. I don't want to get too into it there.
A little banged up, yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a lot of targets, but also Darnold.
No QB situation.
I don't want to get it too into it, but the guy's got mono, and he's out indefinitely, according to
Le'Veon Bell injury, not practicing today. There's a lot of stuff going on there.
So I don't like Robbie Anderson either, and he's probably their most elite receiver, arguably over there. But man, they're in ruins over there. So those are my 2, I would say.
I would. I'm gonna go. Man, this is really, really tough because I'm gonna just say the whole Green Bay receiving core.
Yeah.
Even Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
If you've got Devontae Adams, Geronimo Allison wasn't targeted last week. I don't know what the hell Valdez-Scantling did, but get rid of all those guys. Do not start one Green Bay receiver. There's so many other guys. You can go, dude, I've seen Calvin Ridley, the number 2 receiver in Atlanta, opposite of Julio Jones, sitting on the waiver wire.
Yeah.
I get it. They're not big names, but there are better players out there than some of these big names. Geronimo Allison was drafted by a lot of guys, by you even. And I get it's week 1.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I wouldn't touch anyone from Green Bay, especially against this Minnesota secondary. And I wouldn't honestly touch them until they show me they can do some stuff, until they get their bearings going, because I haven't seen anything from them.
Right.
And I don't think we're going to see anything from them against another difficult defense.
It sounds like you and I combined, we're out on the whole Packers organization this week. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, it's 2 back-to-back brutal matchups.
Jones to Rodgers to Geronimo.
And then you have Aaron. Aaron didn't come out and say last week, he didn't come out and say, hey, man, the offense struggled. We're going to get some things right. I'm really excited about the guys we got. He said, man, I'm really excited about this defense. I'm glad we got a good defense.
Yeah.
So let's go. With that being said, let's get into the defenses this week. Is there a defense a must start and then a must sit defense for you?
Dude, I picked up Green Bay, and I picked those guys.
So you're not out on the whole Packers organization.
I'm not all of a sudden. So yeah, I do like their defense. If you've got the quarterback giving them shouts on the post game presser. Or that was a post-game interview, I believe. Gave them some nice shots. I'm kind of there. I think that's the only limb that Green Bay has to lean on is the defense over there. I think that's really the only thing they've got going on. And as a matter of fact, and I think you actually would disagree with this one, because I think they're going to have a bounce-back week, I actually dropped Cleveland's D to pick up Green Bay's D this week. And I think, again, you're going to see Cleveland be a whole different team this week, and the defense included on that. So, but for me, I do like Green Bay's D this week.
You mentioned Cleveland. That's definitely my guys, man. A lot of people dropped Cleveland last week. Yeah. I saw it I'm in 8 different leagues. I can't even tell you the amount of times I saw Cleveland get dropped. Yeah. And I think you dropped Cleveland, actually.
I did.
You dropped them for Green Bay.
Green Bay, yeah.
I love Cleveland this week, not because I think they're going to bounce back from the bad week last week, not because I think the defense is incredible, which I think they're pretty good, but not incredible. Yeah. It's because they're playing the Jets, and we just talked about Sam Darnold being out, and now Le'Veon Bell might be out as well. He's getting an MRI on his shoulder today. Yep. They said that they hope he can play Monday night, but they're not for sure. Darnold is out for sure. That means you know who's getting the start? Trevor Siemian. Against the Browns D. If the Browns D cannot put some serious points up on Trevor Siemian, I'm out on the Browns for the rest of the season. Don't ever talk to me about the Browns defense again the rest of the year.
There will be no Bud Light celebrations.
The chains will be locked forever on those coolers. Those are permanent. They'll be soldered shut.
Yeah. So the electronics are malfunctioned over there.
Shit. If the Browns can't do some stuff this weekend or Monday night against Trevor Siemian and the Jets, I'm going to be very disappointed, but I don't see that happening. Browns are a team you need to pick up if you're in trouble with some defense, or if you're one of those people that is streaming. That's me. I draft defense very, very late usually.
Same.
So a lot of people get them in like the 12th round, 11th round. I'm still trying to find players. They're getting defenses. They're getting all the good ones. I'm stuck streaming. So week to week, I'm playing matchups. I'm constantly dropping and adding defenses. So if that's you, this show is going to become valuable to you because I'm going to recommend defenses for you every week because that's my strategy. This week, my defense is the Browns. I know they shit the bed last week. They got 0 points. They ended up with a bagel if you started them. But I don't see that happening this week against Trevor Siemian. And trust me, I know. Yeah. I'm a Bronco fan. Trevor Siemian's not good.
We know Siemian.
Not good.
Well, and I'll tell you, I wouldn't have dropped their D had I known about the Darnold situation, because this was yesterday morning is when I did that. I didn't quite know about the Darnold situation, and I certainly didn't know about the Le'Veon situation. So that's in ruins. Cleveland D, great pickup this week.
All right, we got defenses on lock. Let's jump into tight ends, man. Mm-hmm. Who is the tight end that you're sitting this week that a lot of people might be on, they might be starting? You're saying, hey, hold up.
I do not like Eric Ebron this week. You know, he was one of the biggest fantasy stars of last year. 14 TDs, I think, for the year. That being said, Jack Doyle's back, shared role, not good. Last week they combined for 5 targets. Doyle has actually played on 68.3% of last week's snaps compared to Ebron's at 39.7%. Bench Ebron. Don't even look at him.
Yeah, I agree with that one, and I'm going to kind of stay along those lines. I'm going to go Evan Ingram, New York Giants. And Eli is really a benched quarterback for me. I didn't bring him up in quarterbacks. I don't think I need to.
No,
but
it's obvious.
You're not starting Eli. You're not starting Evan Ingram either. He did go off last week in Dallas, but I just think, hey, lucky week. Dallas really isn't that good at covering the tight ends. I don't think it's going to be as easy in Buffalo, dude. I think Buffalo's just better against the tight end. I think Eli's going to have a little bit struggles, and they suffered the fewest fantasy points last year into tight ends. Do you know that? To the position. Buffalo.
Really?
Buffalo, dude. Ugh. Who would have known that, right?
No doubt.
That's why you listen to this show. Don't start Evan Ingram. this week. There's plenty of other guys you can roll out. I'm going to jump right into it, dude. Darren Waller's my start.
Easy.
Darren Waller's my start, and TJ Hawkinson out of Detroit. Now, if your league, if he's on the waiver wire, I don't know what your league is doing.
Yeah.
Invite me to that league because I need money.
Yeah.
But Darren Waller is a guy that maybe not everyone saw the Monday night game. They were, people on the East Coast were in bed. That shit didn't start till 8 o'clock Mountain.
I know.
That's after 10 o'clock on the East Coast. So if you don't know about Darren Waller, man, Raiders tight end, go get that guy. Big bodied tight end. If you didn't see him on Hard Knocks, John Gruden loves him. Love Darren Waller this week. What about you?
TJ Hawkinson was one of mine as well. So we'll get into that. But I think since you've already said those guys.
Chargers are going to have trouble with him, dude, especially with safety Derwin James being out. That might be a spoiler. Another one of my heaters, bro.
Dude, I love Hawkinson. But the other one that I would say that we haven't mentioned was Delaney Walker versus the Colts. And here's why. The Colts, they allowed the third most points to home tight ends in 2018.
Wow.
So Delaney's coming off a great year last year. He did 22.5 last week 1. I still think he's a legitimate candidate. I still think Mariota really trusts him. But I think as the year progresses, I'm worried about his health and things of that nature. But right now, I think is great. But TJ Hawkinson is that dude this week. He's incredible.
No doubt. I think that kind of wraps it up, man. The Stardom Situms, like I said, hit us up on social media, Twitter at OMG It's TTF, at Dow Palantonio. Same thing on Instagram, man. Reach out to us with your Stardom Situm dilemma by Thursday morning, and we'll read them on next week's show. All right, let's move into the Antonio Brown situation.
Oh, jeez.
With Bill Belichick, and then we'll go into our heaters to kind of close out football. This whole situation is kind of crazy. Let me play the sound. Did you hear the sound from Patriots coach Bill Belichick yesterday as reporters were trying to ask him about Antonio Brown? And you know how Bill Belichick kind of gets, he doesn't really give a lot. The reporters were going after him because these were not standard New England Patriots reporters that are there on the weekly.
Yeah.
It was people from CNN and MSNBC and big news organizations. Not MSNBC, sorry. That's like CNBC, sorry. Big news organizations trying to cover the story of Antonio Brown and the rape allegations and all the stuff that's going on.
Wow.
So check this out, man.
On Antonio's situation, both Antonio and his representatives have made statements. So I'm not going to be expanding on any of those. They are what they are.
How low he
We've
talks.
looked into the situation, are taking it very seriously, all the way through the organization. Sure, there are questions, but I'm not going to be in any discussion about that. So we're at
Bill, were you aware of the lawsuit when you signed Antonio Brown?
I'm not going to be expanding on the statements that have already been given.
Don't you think the fans deserve to hear a little more from you on
When we know
such a
more,
major
we'll see.
development that, could impact the team?
Yeah, I just said that.
Don't you think fans deserve to hear a little bit more
When
from
we
you?
know
on
more,
this?
we'll say more.
Are you preparing to have Antonio Brown in practice today?
Yes,
And are you preparing for him to play on Sunday?
we're taking it one day at a time,
Are you
just like we always do.
Are you preparing for the possibility that he could be on the
We're
commissioner's exempt
preparing,
list?
we're preparing for one day at a time.
How much weight would the allegations against him weigh into whether or not you play him on Sunday?
Yeah, I appreciate all the questions, and that's what's been said has been said.
Bill, you brought up Randy Moss yesterday. Do you think that Antonio Brown will require as much attention as Moss did to get him in sync with the team?
Yeah, I didn't say that.
I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know.
You don't know if he'll require more attention?
No?
How difficult or frustrating is it to have a distraction like this right at the beginning of the season when you're...
Yeah, we're working on that. We're working on that. The rest of it is, we're on that.
You've had bigger distractions before. Are you confident that this is not going to throw you off track at all?
We're working on that. Went through the scouting report, went through the game plan today, and practice for Miami.
There you go, dude. That's pretty
Wow.
much it. The rest of he just says we're working on Miami the rest of the time. So funny stuff. I loved how the reporters went at him, dude, because I can't, and I get it. They got a job to do, all the way down to Mike Reese from ESPN. Those guys are all in the Patriots locker room. They're in the facility every
Beat
day
writers.
throughout the season, and they're just sucking Bill Belichick's dick every week, and they don't ever get any answers. They don't ever get anything out of him. They don't ever ask any compelling questions. It's like, oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
And they're
They
just
don't-
bowing down
they
to
don't
the guy.
pry
They don't ever press him.
At all.
They don't ever press him. That's why you never hear anything interesting coming out.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that Belichick kind of got pushed a little bit.
Yeah, he
I like
did.
the fact that they dug at him a little bit because they don't have to deal with the consequences of Bill Belichick not liking him or not ever answering another question from them because they're not going to be there. They're there right now this week to do their job and report on the Antonio Brown rape allegations.
Yeah.
They're not there to report on the Patriots, or they're not covering the team. They're just covering the team for a brief period of time.
Yeah, I was uncomfortable that whole time.
Yeah, dude, it is awkward. She's wait till you see the video. It's very, very awkward. But
Wow.
I thought, what are your thoughts on the whole thing? I mean, obviously the news is the news. I'm not going to give an opinion on what did or didn't happen. I think my opinion will kind of lie. I'll leave it at, I think everyone gets the chance to be heard.
Yeah.
I want to hear all sides. I want everyone to have their shot, and I'll go from there.
Yeah,
But,
I think I'm not one-sided at all right now. I like facts as well, and I want to see everything that comes out. I want to hear from both sides, and I want to make an educated decision as how I feel. I think right now we're still a little early, and I think looking at AB's social media and having him kind of share some of his screenshots and some of the conversations that he's had with this individual, I'm just keeping it cool. I don't want to say yay, nay, or whatnot. I do respect both sides, and I hope everything gets found out and gets taken care of accordingly.
No doubt. Yeah.
And I like that day to day. Hey, we're taking it day by day. Whether it's preparation, whether it's Antonio Brown coming or not, Belichick, we're taking it day to day.
Brady this morning, I was going to pull the sound, but he didn't say anything. It was the same situation.
Is Brown still staying with Brady right now?
No, I don't know if he ever was staying.
You don't know if he ever
I
did
know
that?
Brady offered him his
Offered, yeah.
house
Totally.
to stay there,
Yeah.
which I don't know, kind of seems insane now that you have these allegations coming out. But
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't know. I don't know if he stayed. I don't know what happened. It's an interesting situation. I just thought the sound was funny from Bill Belichick. I think we both agree that they're going to absolutely crush this weekend. But I think this is a game that we can both say are not going to be in our heaters.
No.
Either way. Not Miami or the Patriots. The
No.
spread started at -15 at this game, and now it's ballooned up to 18.5. It'll
That's
probably
what I
be
saw, yep.
could be up to 21 by game time.
Wow.
With people jumping on the Patriots. I'm not saying they're not going to cover the spread because I could easily see a 59-10 game, but I'm kind of worried. And you said I have you messed up on this game.
Yeah. You
Because
got in my head a little bit.
why?
Well, because notoriously, Brady has been, I wouldn't say ineffective, but he hasn't been the Brady that we all know. He hasn't been as effective as Brady, especially later in the season. Brady's had some issues at the start of the season. The Patriots have had, they have a few losses right at the start of the seasons usually.
they're
And
still
they just
working out
get
the
better.
kinks, yeah.
And then they just get better and better and better. But that being said, you see the miracle in Miami last year, with Kenyon Drake running past Gronk to make that into that game-winning touchdown. A lot of teams don't play Miami very well in Miami. Miami's an odd place to play, and I don't know if it's the humidity. I don't know if it's the weird people.
You still think so this year?
It could be.
Still going to be odd for them?
I was on the fence of starting Brady. You have to start Brady.
Yeah.
You have to. There's just no way.
I made you nervous, though, because I said...
You did.
I think that what's going to happen is... Now, a lot of this stuff is being floated out there, but Brian Flores is Bill Belichick's guy.
Absolutely tied heavily to the Patriots organization.
I don't know. I know Bill loves to win.
Yeah.
I know Bill's all about winning. Just look at the way he is with the media. He doesn't give up any secrets. He's all about winning. It's
And
all
the
about
wild
winning.
ways of doing it.
Yep. I don't know that winning... I don't know that he takes off the gas so that way they don't kill the Dolphins and Brian Flores. Or if it's just like, hey, whoever's in the way, we're winning.
He doesn't give a shit.
We're pedal to the metal,
I take
full
that
speed
one.
ahead.
I take that one.
So you say 59-10 then. That's what it should be.
It should be. I don't see it. I don't see it being scored that heavy. I think Flores knows a little bit of kind of what's going on, and I think can work with the schemes a little bit better than some of the other coaches in the in the NFL. But I don't see it being a blowout unless you consider. I mean, I consider them winning by 20. I don't consider them winning 25-30. Points. I just don't.
The only reason I don't is
But
because
20
I
is
think
still
that
blowout.
I'm not sure about the Brian Flores situation. I thought it was interesting. I thought it's an interesting topic to bring up. I don't know either way.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he is or isn't gonna care. Doesn't care about blowing him out. What I do know is they're gonna use this game. If Antonio Brown plays, this is the perfect game to reacclimate him, get him back, try some things, do some different stuff, and I think that is more the reason that they're not gonna just straight house them 59-10 or blow them out, because they're going to be trying some different stuff. They're going to try some different looks, maybe switch some things up. Also, if you're blowing them out by 30, what does 50 do? What more do you need to prove? What more do you need to show?
Yeah.
I think Belichick's a guy that's like, all right, that's good. We'll we'll file that away. We'll keep that in our back pocket, and they'll move on. I don't think they'll just continue to keep him out there. That's why I'm worried about Brady, because if they get up 3 scores early and they're all running and then he gets taken out, it's like, what is he left with there?
Yeah.
So that's kind of scary, especially when they had a three-headed monster at running back with White, Burkhead, and Sony Michel.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of scary,
Yeah, I could see them going a very vast running game this game.
Well, look at the defense.
Just to screw with people.
Look how improved and look how good their defense is, and that's something that nobody's talking about. But look what they did to Pittsburgh.
I know.
And I know Pittsburgh's still working some things out, adjusting to having no Brown. But, dude, look what they did to Ben. Look what they did to all those fools. That defense is not being talked about at all. I have them in 2 leagues. I'm mad I don't have them in more.
Yeah.
But I think maybe they throw early, they get up, and then I think it's just defense and run the ball, and let's just try to get out of here as quick as we can.
Pound it out.
Run the clock out. Burkhead, Michelle, White, run it out and get out of here. Play defense. Play good defense. That's why I think the Patriots D this week is a solid play.
You bet.
Because I think they're going to play a ton of really good defense to try to keep them. Just keep the game at bay.
Yeah.
Let Brady rest, second half, whatever it may be.
It's not solid? That spread.
They're not
Stay
preparing
away.
for that, though. That's not the way the Patriots ever prepare.
Right.
They're never thinking about, all right, if we get up by this much at halftime, they just go in there and whoop ass. They're not thinking about any of that. Brady's not thinking about, maybe I can be out by the third quarter to this game. Never. They're not thinking about it the way we are. But we're thinking about it from a fantasy perspective. They don't care about your fantasy team.
You bet.
So interesting stuff there. I think it's going to be a fun weekend. A lot of good matchups to go. And with that on deck, man, I think we might as well just jump into a little segment we call Heaters.
All right, Em. This is my heater. I dare you to hit it.
Hot shit. I'm going too hot, lady. Here comes the hot stepper.
All right, man. NFL Heaters, week 2. Our picks against the spread. We each choose 5 teams. Some of them may be the same. Some of them maybe not be the same. We don't confer at all. Last week, we both went 3-2. Over 500. Still bringing in money.
Yeah.
So that's good enough for me.
Winning.
Week 2. What do you got, Dallas? Start it out. What's your first one?
You want to do most confident or least confident?
I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going in an order like that. I'm just giving them to you.
All right, just giving them to you.
Yeah, week 2's tough. Confidence level's tough. It's still so early.
When I started prepping for this in the last few days, dude, I was I was on the shitter. That's where I started my prep. And I started looking at it, I'm like, feeling nervous.
Yeah.
Keep scrolling. Feeling nervous. Week 2 is very, very tough. Week 1's tough in a whole different way, but week 2, we start getting some mobility. We start getting some traction here, and I'm more confused than ever. No, just kidding. I'm ready to go. Number 1 for me, man, this week. I really, really like this one. This may be my most confident, but I really like this one. The Chargers at the Lions. Okay, so they are going to Detroit on this one. I have the Los Angeles Chargers at -2.5. You can check me on that. I don't think that line has moved. Dude, I love this, man. There is absolutely no way the Chargers can't win by more than a field goal. This seems like a lock. When we look at just a broken down Detroit Lions. I think they're on a rebuild process. I don't know how many more years Stafford
What do you
has.
mean? Like I said, they looked great through the first 3 quarters. They melted down at the end against them. Hawkinson looked great. I thought they looked good. Galladay was looking good. Kerryon Johnson wasn't bad. What do you mean broken down?
I just don't.
You're
think,
out the Lions?
I'm out the Lions, man. I think the Chargers just have way too much.
I think the Chargers are good. I don't know if the Chargers are that much better. Like I said, with Derwin James, I don't know how they control Hawkinson this week. I'm not against you per se, but I'm not touching this game because I just think they're going to have trouble, dude. Without the safety play of Derwin James, they already have trouble against tight ends.
Oh man,
they're like the Broncos against tight ends.
I think this is great. I love Phillip Rivers.
Woo.
I love what he's doing over there.
So you're more thinking offensive. You're more thinking that the Chargers just have too much firepower as to where I'm looking at it from. How are the Chargers going to stop Detroit's firepower?
You got it.
Because dude, Stafford, they put up points, guy.
I know they did, but I just don't believe in Stafford, man. I just don't. That's not my guy anymore, man. Stafford is not what he was 3 to 4 years ago. There's just not. He's not consistent enough. But dude, I just love what the Chargers did. Sure, they needed overtime to defeat the Colts in week 1, but that Indianapolis is still a badass team. We talked about that just for the fact that they lost Andrew Luck. I get it, man, but there's just no way that the Chargers can't win more than just a field goal. I think this is a super, super safe bet. I think the Chargers are a playoff team. The Lions aren't.
That quick.
That's it.
That easy. I'm looking up the spread. I have it on my site at 3. Let me see what ESPN has it at. And,
Give me that 2.5.
We'll go from there. ESPN.
I'll still take it at 3 if I have to, but I like that 2.5 is what I see.
Of course you do.
I got it here.
2.5 on ESPN as well.
I have it on.
I'll give you 2.5.
Cool. I'll take
All
it.
right.
I love it.
Chargers minus 2.5. I've documented it.
Nice. Good
Already?
man. Good. I
'Cause
documented it last week. I appreciate you stepping up this week.
Yes.
You're a good guy.
I just didn't want to have to bug you Sunday morning. Hey, man, can you send us our
Yeah.
picks?
I don't care what Stringer said about you, man. You're a good guy.
Thanks, guy. I already talked about it before earlier in the show, dude. I'm going Broncos, man. Starting off, Broncos plus 2.5, dude. Over the Bears. I don't think the Broncos is as bad as they showed last week. I don't think the offense is that bad. I don't think the defense is that bad. I think Scangarello came out and outthought himself a little bit. I don't think they used the personnel packages, and I don't think they used the Broncos personnel to their strengths as much. I thought we'd see a little bit more out of the tight end. I thought we'd see a little bit more play action. They did that in the second half. But then they got trying to get cute, and they got all weird. And they came out in the second half, they drove all the way down the field, and then they go into this weird trick play formation where they run off to the side, and Royce Freeman runs right into the middle of the defense when it's blocked to the outside, and he would have only had to beat one cornerback or run over one corner to get to the pylon. I just don't understand why they made that play call for one, and what the hell Royce Freeman was doing for two. That should have been a score, and if they score on that touchdown going into the second half, I think the game's completely different.
You text me at that time.
I was
raging.
I was really annoyed with that. So I think the Broncos. You wore the Bronco gear, like I said last week.
Yeah.
I'm wearing it this week. I think I have the better luck, and I think the Broncos not only cover the spread, I think they win 23-20 over the Bears, and they're getting 3 or they're getting 2.5.
Gotcha.
So I got Broncos plus 2.5. What's your next one?
All right. I really like this one, man. I love what I saw last week, and they did struggle, dude, jumping out to week 1, but dude, they just won a hard-fought battle. I love the Eagles, dude, this week at minus 1.5. With minus 1.5, dude, I think this might be.
Is this your most confident?
This is feet up. This is my feet up bet. This is not run the mortgage.
Yeah.
This is not take out a
Run the
mortgage.
mortgage?
I don't even know. It's a Dallasm for you. Don't spin the mortgage on this one.
I like run the mortgage. Run the mortgage is good stuff.
Don't run the mortgage on this one, but kick your feet up, enjoy, have some tea if you're British, have some nacho cheese if you're Dal Paltonio, and throw out some Dallasms to the old lady. Fill up the love tank. That being said, Eagles, easy win. Falcons are depleted. Devontae Freeman doesn't exist. He's one concussion away from being out the league. Falcons just don't have a lot. Julio Jones, man, was held to a minimum last week. I just feel like this is easy. This is easy. And again, Philly's a playoff team. Falcons aren't.
Gosh, man, I went back and forth on this one because the spread is just so high, and everyone's so high on the Ravens.
We might be the same on this one.
Cardinals.
Let me see what you got.
I'm going Cardinals, dude. I like the Cardinals plus 13 this week. I think everyone's off them. I think same exact thing with Scangarello. The Cardinals did the same thing. Cliff Kingsbury just overthought it, dude. They just overthought it in the first half. I guess it was 3 quarters, really. But they just didn't allow Kyler Murray to be himself. He didn't look comfortable. The offense didn't look comfortable. Fitzgerald didn't look comfortable. The second half, Fitzy was going up and getting balls. Murray was getting them to him. They started utilizing the run game. David Johnson out of the backfield. I just think I think the Cardinals, I'm not saying they win the game by any means, but I think a 17-24 game loss, but they cover the spread. So I'm going to go Cardinals plus 13. I like that. I like that. Cards plus 13. What's your third one?
All right. So for me, I know this is a crazy one, but I'm just not all in on the Raiders quite yet. I need to see them another week. So I am back to your boy Aaron. I am back to the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's get me some more money like we did last year. I have KC at -7.
Chiefs -7. Okay, cool. I got you down on there. Really, that's an interesting.
It is interesting, right? Because I don't think the Raiders have proved anything quite yet.
This is going to be second best game of the week for me. Second best game of the week for me.
Same.
We were talking about this earlier. The Rams Saints, just because of the NFC Championship, the no pass interference call, all that stuff. That's number one.
The revenge game.
But
in the dome. This
is a sneaker because the Raiders looked so good last week against the Broncos. The Chiefs looked pretty good, but you saw Pat Mahomes come up lame. He was coming up limping.
A little limpy.
On one play. You have Tyreek Hill out. They're going to try to. What I read was they're going to try to have DeAnthony Thomas and Mecole Hardman split Tyreek Hill's reps. I don't know how that's going to work, but
I like Hardman.
They're both speedsters, dude. They're both speedsters.
And we saw Sammy Watkins as a speedster last week.
That was weird.
Where the hell did that come from?
That was weird.
Oh my God, I thought that was Tyreek. Nope, it was freaking Watkins.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That was awesome.
I was not expecting that. I took the L on that. I was definitely wrong there.
Yep.
But yeah, this is going to be a matchup. It's the last time the Chiefs are going to have to visit the black hole. It's in the black hole, which makes it even harder for the Chiefs. Like I said, you got Pat Mahomes maybe a little banged up. You got Hill out. You got the Raiders looking really, really good, looking like they're gelling, looking like the chemistry's there. Gruden's going and shaking the hands fans after the game like Al Davis used to do. I don't know. I don't know if I like the Chiefs -7 as much as you do.
Yeah.
I might like the Raiders on this one. Actually, I do like the Raiders on this one. That's our first one I'm going against you. I'm going Raiders +7.
Did you see the biggest thing on that though?
No.
Jonathan Abrams out.
Oh, I saw ya. I'm fine though.
I think that makes a big difference.
It does.
Because that guy's a hard hitter. That guy's a go-getter. I'm really impressed with that guy. You're out? Great. You're going to get embarrassed in Oakland. I love it.
All right, I'm gonna match you. I'm going to take the Raiders. I'm going opposite.
Are you?
So I'm taking the +7 on that one.
Ooh. I love it.
I love it. All right, what do you got for your fourth one?
Is it the fourth already?
Yes.
All right.
Or I can go with mine if you ain't ready yet.
No, I'm going to go with our favorite game of the week.
Are you?
I've got to go with this.
I'm not touching that one for betting.
I know.
Too scary.
But dude, I know this is all hard. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, you got Saints?
This is all hard. I'm taking Saints for sure. The downfall is,
What do you got it at 2.5?
Yes.
+2.5?
No, I have +2.
+2, okay.
The only thing that would make this better is if it was in the dome. I'd put the mortgage on it.
Okay.
If this was in the dome, the revenge game, from last year that kept them out of the Super Bowl, I'd bet the mortgage. But that being said, you're going to give the Saints, dog, 2 points. I'm in all day. I like this, dude. Dude, you saw what Breeze did in like less than 25 seconds.
Yeah.
Houston had that on lock. Everybody knew that. But, dude, never count Breeze out, man. Michael Thomas, a big contract. He was left pretty quiet. They still were versatile. Dude, I'm a little worried, though, man. Not in this game, but I'm worried about the season. Dude, Kamara. Dude, they need somebody else to. They need that Ingram back, dog.
Well, I think Latavius Murray is okay, but they didn't utilize him enough in week 1. I thought I was going to see more Murray, and maybe that was just their strategy for that week,
Sure.
But they can't have Kamara. It's like Phillip Lindsay. You can't have those guys.
Dude.
Yeah, you can't have them taking that many carries between the tackles, running between the tackles.
I agree.
I agree on that one. Let's go. Got? So next up for me, I went back and forth on this one as well, but I just think Gardner Minshew, the Jaguars, it's a high spread, but I don't think they're going to be able to keep pace with the Texans. J.J. Watt's going to come out pissed off. He didn't even sniff the quarterback last week. It was like what I expect out of Bradley Chubb and Von Miller this week against Chicago. I expect them to be in the backfield, dude. Yeah. They didn't sniff the quarterback last week. Derek Carr, same situation here. J.J. Watt didn't come close to getting Drew Brees. The Saints shut him out. I think the D got beat up, banged up. Drew Brees went down the field in 37 seconds left at the end of the game to win it. They're playing a backup quarterback in Gardner Minshew because Nick Foles is out for the year. I love the Texans this week. What do you have them at? What's the spread?
I have them. So this was one of mine as well. I have them at -9, Houston.
All right. Yep,
I
same.
love this one. I am all in on this one.
I love it, but I'm kind of nerd. 9's a lot.
I love this one as well.
All right, so you're on Houston.
I'm in.
-9.
I'm right there with you.
All right, I'm documenting those. So that's both of us.
Yep. And that is my least confident, but I just love the matchup. I love the, I'm not starting D.D. Westbrook because of this.
Really?
I'm not this week. I'm not. So I really like what Houston's doing. They're going to have a great bounce back game off of a win that was actually a loss.
Yeah.
That whole thing. Deshaun's coming out firing, man. DeAndre Hopkins is the shit, man. I have him in 3 leagues. That guy will never let you down. He did have some drops, though.
Yeah.
Those were crazy to see old strong hands drop some passes,
though.
Man.
Good D though.
Yeah.
The Saints they locked him up.
Yeah, for sure. So I love that game. So those are my 5. So we just need your 5th and last pick.
This one here, I'm gonna go Steelers -4, dude.
Are you?
Against Seattle. I think the Steelers bounce back this week. I don't think the Steelers are even close to the team that we saw. I don't think AB makes that much of a difference. I think that was the Patriots being that good and just understanding that, hey, we're going to take away your best player. And now that your best player is Juju Smith-Schuster, it's not that hard to take him away. So all you had to do was take him away, and then you made it tough for Ben by not being able to let him run the ball.
Yeah.
And that Patriots D is better than probably one of the better Ds we're going to see this year. Not because they have the greatest players, but because they've upgraded players.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot better players than they've had the past 5 years. But you still have the great scheme that's kept them in Super Bowls.
Right.
It's incredible to me how the Patriots can take these guys that can't play for anyone else, and then they go there and they can play well. It's all scheme, dude. It's all
Patriots.
scheme. That's why I'm not too scared away by the Steelers this week. I love the Steelers -4 against Seattle. I just don't see Seattle being able to keep pace. You talked about Russell Wilson. You talked about sitting him. I agree. I think the Steelers this week.
I have James Conner in one league.
I do too.
Do I sit him?
No.
Okay.
No, I think you start him.
Cool.
I think Connor's going to bounce back. I think the whole team bounces back this year or this week. Juju kind of worries me a little because he's banged up, but they said he's going to play, so he's not going to have any issues. But yeah, dude, that's heaters. Let me write that down. So Steelers -4. All right, so let me recap. We got Dow with the Chargers -2.5, Eagles -1, Chiefs -7, Saints +2, and Houston -9. Only one underdog. All favorites for you this week, except for the Saints. Me, I'm on the Broncos +2.5, Cardinals +13, Raiders +7, Houston -9 with Dow, and then the Steelers -4. So I'm on 3 dogs.
You're heavy
2
dogs.
favorites
All right.
this week. I really like the Broncos, dude. I love that everyone's shitting on them, thinking they're not going to be no good. And I don't think they're going to be good. I mean, I'm not talking playoff, but I still think they're a 9-win team.
Playoffs?
8-8, maybe 9. I was like you guys. I was frustrated. I was annoyed at the beginning of or after the game was over. But once it came down to it, dude, it was a situation. It was just like, well, it's nerves. It's week 1.
Yeah.
Not going to be I just don't think they're going to be that bad, dude.
500 team? Yes or no?
Broncos? I said 9 wins. I said 1 over. I think
you said 9 wins?
I think 8-8, 8-8, 9-7.
Okay.
I don't know about playoffs.
Do you want to do 5? I'll say under.
On 8-8?
I'll say under 500. You say 500 or better.
I get 500. So 500 or better?
Yeah.
I'm in.
I'm good with that.
How
$5.
much?
$5.
$5.
Just to make it interesting.
All right. Document it.
All right.
Write it down. Stringer. You got that?
A little quiet over there.
I was late on the sound. Gosh, dude, this show is flying by today, man.
Nice.
Let's jump into sneakers
Good. I got
and fashion.
therapy. I got therapy to go to.
Oh, you got some PT?
We got some PT.
All right, let's jump into sneakers and fashion. We got a pair of shoes to look at. We'll do that last. Let's start first with the sneakers drop this morning on the Sakai's. How did that go for you?
Dude, what the hell is going on with Sneakers app?
I don't know.
Dude, there were. It didn't happen to me. I was on the mobile side, but anybody on the computer side today, it sounds like they had trouble like just entering the draw. They got errors, man, that just kept saying like, sorry, no sizes available.
That's their own fault. It's called Sneakers app, not Sneakers website.
There you go.
Okay, go ahead.
All those people trying to use the bots and shit and multiple accounts.
It's called Sneakers app.
Dude, my mobile side
I don't feel
worked
bad.
so well.
Yeah.
I entered, dude, within the first 20 seconds. Each
Same thing.
All
Yeah.
3 of them,
Yep.
no problem. You know, had the Apple Pay set up. We were good to go. Sat and wait. Took my L on all 3. But it was weird because your notifications came super, super late. For me, it was that multicolored one, the purple and the green Sakai that I think is dog shit. I hate that one. I didn't want that one, but I entered anyways.
Probably the highest resale though. We think.
Possibly. I think that white one actually
It'll be better,
is starting to kind of go up, but we'll see what happens. Took L's on all 3. Got my notifications way too damn late.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely pissed about it. And now the great news is don't even want them anymore.
Oh,
like
right.
The fact that I tried to get them.
What's the resale?
I tried to get all 3 of them. Right now, I took screenshots of all of them, but this was last night, and you know how things change.
Oh, here, go ahead. Go ahead and finish your story. I'll look it up. You tried to get all 3 of them.
So I tried to get all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And I told you I was all in on a pair of Sakai's, and I wanted the white the most. And the fact that I put the work in, and I tried on all 3, and I got the last pair of Sakai's. I got the green joints. And the fact that I couldn't even land 1 out of 3, I'm not salty about it, but I just feel like, dude, I tried. And I tried to get all 3. I tried in a fair sneakers app. I bought a lot of shoes off of sneakers. I bought 4 pairs of sneakers off of sneakers app. So the algorithm should be in my favor. And I tried my hardest and I didn't get them. So now I don't need them that much anymore. So I think it was a blessing in disguise.
I think
I also read something. They might be one of the most uncomfortable shoe.
Those?
This year. That
Why?
came out. It sounds like they're just really hard. Walking in them is really like just a hard shoe. So there's not a lot of comfort to them. So that was just what a few people reviewed it on. So now for me, I don't really, all that stuff, I don't really need them. Yeah, I'm cool. I tried hard.
You tried hard, Dal.
I tried way hard.
I got to play this for you.
So hard.
This has got to be.
Love me some Akon, dog.
This has got to be. This is all I could think. This is all that popped in my head when you're saying, dude, you know what, man? I tried, dude. I tried.
I tried.
If I had a producer in the studio that could just turn around your sound really quick and we could just be playing your sound that you just said under there, someday we're going to be there, dog.
Wow.
Someday we're going to be there. We're going to have this, dude. This show is going to be so fun. When we have the manpower, when we were able to do everything I want to do, when we were able to turn everything around as quick as I want to turn it around, this show is just going to be fire. When you guys are like, all the people that are impatient, all the people are like, I'm waiting around, whatever. Just wait, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just wait, bro.
Until then, we're just going to continue to
try so hard.
Try so hard. No doubt.
Resale.
What about
on
you?
those. Resale.
Oh, okay.
Resale. On the colored joints.
Yeah. The
we're
gross
talking,
ones.
Yep. We're talking.
The Monday midsole joints. You see he hit?
No, I didn't.
On the gross ones.
Nice.
Yeah. Great job, Monday.
What size are you in these? Because we'll go your size.
10.
A 10. So a 10 in these, $485. That's what the highest bid is right now. So you could flip them right now, $485.
Right now.
That's pretty good, dude. $160 shoe.
I'd like to flip my L.
You on the white joints?
Yeah. My favorite.
You think those are a little bit more?
They're probably close to that.
Quite a bit more. $565 in a 10.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
that's almost
dude.
$100.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
Quite a bit more. Then we're looking at the Raider joints, the black ones.
They're higher than the purple ones as well.
Dude, $596.
Damn near $6.
Higher than the whites. The black pair is the most
That's
resale.
That's pricing of the green joint that I sold.
Now, tell me this, D-Loss.
I'm ready. I really don't need them now.
Okay, but tell me this. Are these Sakai's going to drive up? Now that we see the resales this high, are they going to drive up the cost of the old ones? Or is this like, because it's day of type shit, these are going to drop back down, resale's not going to hold at this near 5 or over 5 range, it's close to 6 range? What do you think?
I think they're going to stay over 5.
Okay.
Now, over 6, I don't know about that, especially the black and white joints. It seems like anybody that I had on my Twitter timeline, which is quite a few people, I only saw the majority of them getting the purple and green joints. You know, the most hated, in my opinion, of those. But the white and black joints, I saw somebody get a black one. I didn't see any of my people on timeline get a white. So I believe the whites will probably stay pretty high. Blacks will be right up there as well. You will see a little bit of downfall to that when people get their pairs, but I think these hold above 5 for sure. I don't know if it drives up the OG pairs as well. And I don't really care because I don't want to know.
They're both more expensive, dude. These and the OGs, $540 right now.
Huh.
$540, dude. So there's only one pair that's cheaper.
Interesting.
Only the green pair with the pink and stuff is cheaper from this new drop. The white and the black are both higher than this pair that you owned. And in the this other OG pair, this joint.
That pair is really high, isn't it?
No, it's in a 10 at $577. So
okay, so almost
so
6.
right around par with the other two, with the black and the white.
And that black one's higher than that.
$596,
right
yeah. So, but on par though, right in the middle of the other two. It's like right next. It's in right there.
Interesting.
So yeah, very interesting. And I'm wondering if you think this is just today, or is this gonna? So you think they'll all settle around 5?
I think it dropped. No, above 5.
Above
I just
5,
don't
okay.
know where. But yeah,
Between 5 and 6 is where you.
It doesn't go below 5.
Dude, that's great resale value for this ugly piece of shit shoe.
160
That's
piece of shit.
160. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's great resale value.
So obviously you took L's on all 3 as well.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Got 3 L's, 3 draws. They were like, hey, we gave you the satins, bro. Chill.
Yeah. No shit.
Chill, bro. Chill. So yeah, got screwed out on that. The Supreme drop this morning.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
The Supreme drop.
Did you try so hard?
I absolutely did not.
Oh, what happened?
Dude, I was not interested in the Supreme drop at all. I really wasn't, man. Are you familiar with the drop? And do you know everything that was on there, or was there anything that you saw that you liked?
No.
Okay.
I didn't even know what went on. I missed it altogether. I jumped in the shower and then I got the online shop update right when I got out.
Yeah.
And it was like right at 9. It said 9:01.
Yeah.
And it sends you the online shop. I'm like, oh damn! I totally missed it. Yeah.
Dude,
Missed it,
arguably one of my favorite things that were announced before the season started dropped today, but then I saw its retail price, and I said, "F off."
What was that?
The Supreme Butterfly Table Tennis Racket Set.
$200.
Do you see the price on that?
Wow, $198.
Look on StockX right now. It's below that right now.
Below retail?
It's below retail.
Not good.
Let me see.
And the reason is because the motherfucker, you can still get it on Supreme's website.
Supreme Table Tennis.
Yeah. Who's going to pay
Whiteback.
$198 for
Eric
that,
Whiteback
dude?
will.
I can't pay that.
Yeah, it's under retail, $181 right now.
How about that?
It comes with the Supreme paddles,
Mm-hmm.
the case to hold them in,
Which is fire.
and the little ball pouch.
I want the ball pouch.
The whole shit is fire. The whole set is fire. I don't know if it's $200 fire, but it's sick.
I need the ball patch for my own ball patch.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Nice one.
Thank you.
Well done.
So, yeah, dude, I was really excited about this, dude. And then the retail price comes, and I'm like, dog, I don't. You know what? I'm trying to get rid of my ping pong table at the crib. Because I've got the pool table, you know,
Yes.
and then the ping pong topper. It just takes too much space, dude. I don't need it. So
Don't use it enough.
But man, that's a cool collector's item, dude. But if I can get that for maybe $150 under retail at some point on StockX, I might think about it. But dog, $200 seems ridiculous.
What other accessories dropped today? Is that the only thing you wanted? Because you know me, I'm really mostly about accessories.
Yeah.
Now that we're coming out with our own merch,
Right.
I'm not buying anyone's merch. I'm wearing my own shit and that's it.
You bet.
I'm not, you know.
So the other thing that came out, which I don't really like because it's not technically the box logo in my opinion, it just seems weird. The Supreme Post-it. Post-its came out. And, you know, no, I didn't want them. No, didn't need them. That was one accessory that came out. And then the other one.
The Night Core.
Yep, the Night Core keychain light. Yeah, in the red and green. It eventually did sell out, but like $915, $930, $48 for a flashlight keychain.
Dude.
Nah, dude.
For something that comes on my phone.
Yeah,
and then something's gonna make my keys more cumbersome and feel like I'm janitor. Tight.
No 7 Mary 3. I see what you
My
did.
girl's at that going on, dude. I pick up her keys. I'm like, what is this, babe? Like,
Right.
do you have 4 schools you go mop after work? What are you doing?
Yeah.
This is terrible. Where's the key to the broom closet? Ching, ching, ching. Yeah. It's just a whole pile of keys. I don't need that.
Didn't know you were dating a janitor. That's tight.
I don't need that.
I think the biggest thing this week, Ben Davis, which is a big brand, right? You know, I think more of a West Coast brand. You know, let's be honest with you. You know, a lot of the chino pants that they do and the chino button up and things like that. Ben Davis was huge this week. They did the nice they called it the core coat. But I don't really wear Ben Davis. I don't like how it's almost like Carhartt.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I don't wear any of that type of stuff. So for me, I was out. But that was $188 retail, dude, for that coat. And the only one that looks like it sold completely out was the black and pink joint. The rest of them are still
Everyone
sitting.
wants them to match the Travis's, huh?
Must.
They want that black and pink joint.
They need that.
You know who that looks like? Do they have pants with that too? Or is it just the shirt? Just the jacket, I mean. They have they do have pants and like a bowling shirt.
Yeah, they do.
Bro. You get that set up. One of my black people out there, you guys have got to get this set up and be Pinky from for next Friday.
Oh yeah,
the dudes that own the record store. Can you in that jacket with the Jerry Cool and the glasses? Oh, dude,
that would work.
Tell me who Monday Midsoul's got to get the Jerry curl wig or grow it out. I think it's too late now. Halloween's too close. Get the Jerry curl wig, get that whole gear, and be Panky. It's Panky up here. And he starts stomping it. Wow, I almost knocked a bunch of stuff over in the studio. But dude, Pinky's the man.
That'd be tight.
That would be so tight. I wish I had Pinky sound bites pulled. I didn't know you would be looking like Pinky in that joint, or I would have been up on it. I would have been ready to go at 9. I wouldn't have been in the shower.
Those joints,
I know. I was just looking at him right now. And the little bowling. Did you see the bowling shirt too?
Yeah, I did.
The pink bowling shirt. Oh, bro. It's Panky.
It's Panky.
You remember Mike Epps tells that little white kid, he's like, hey, man, Panky's going to come in here and he's going to kill you seeing you do the X Games shit off the counter. I mean, he's skateboarding in the record shop.
Yeah.
And they're on the back getting high. Come on, man. You almost sucked my motherfucking lip up. I'm gonna vacuumed his lip while they're smoking weed.
They have the overalls too.
Wow, the
to
pinky
match.
Overalls.
Yeah.
I think the denim jacket and the jeans. Get some cowboy boots, a Jerry curl wig, some glasses like this midsole. Oh, dude. Pinky midsole. That would be fire. That would be too fire.
You might be Little Nas X after that outfit.
Yeah, that's true.
I can see Little Nas X wearing that.
Little Nas X Jack Pinky swag.
I think so.
Shit, what's going on there?
I think so. So yeah, man, for me, it wasn't a huge week.
Let's get into your shoes.
That's really it.
Yeah,
man.
that's it for the Supreme. Let's go into the shoes.
You trying to see some BBCs?
I want to see these things. I've been excited. I've been waiting. I've been patiently waiting.
Dude, you know what's weird about this?
What?
Look at this box. You would think there's no heat in here, correct?
Yeah. It looks like a...
Doesn't this look like...
outlet store
Yeah,
box.
like the DSW joints.
Looks like you just picked up some $30 cleats.
No boost, no nothing.
Yep.
Bullshit box,
Yep.
right? But these are the BBC Solar Hues exclusive, dude.
Nice.
In the frozen yellows. Dude,
You got to...
you got to be pumped to see these.
I am, dude. When you told me you got them, I was like, wait, you got the banana joints?
No.
You got the yellow joints?
No.
You're like, nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. I was like, what? All right, man. Check this out. Oh, you just hear that knock on the door?
Yeah.
I just tried to put Pharrell on,
Oh, did you?
and it's some girls talking to some dude at the door. That's fine. Just trying to put my man on for the BBCs. Dude, I thought these were the banana joints, but these are way more fire than the banana joints.
These are no banana
Have you ever
joints.
seen Boost that color? I don't think I've ever seen a Boost shoe with Boost that color.
Only when I started mowing the lawn with my solar 2.0s did it start to look like that, and then it got really dark. then it darkened up. that's the only time I saw it close to that.
Good one. Nice one.
But no, I haven't seen Boost that color.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, dude. I love the Boost that color. I love they come with the regular banana yellow laces to match the banana yellow heel cup, the torsion, but then they also come with the frozen yellow laces.
Yeah, you can go.
You can go either or. You
double
can go
up.
all froyo, or you can.
I was gonna do one shoe different, so I was gonna do one on the yellow laces and one on the.
No,
froyo.
you weren't.
I was.
Come on,
Why not?
that would look silly.
Think?
I don't know.
That's probably what you would do.
No, I would never do that on this pair.
You would do that on this pair?
That's only reserved for certain pairs. I love how people just think my lacing systems just go with everything. It's per shoe, fellas. It's not.
I didn't say I was gonna union lace these.
No.
Get out of here.
I just wouldn't rotate. I don't know. It's too much yellow that I wouldn't rotate. I
Yeah.
think you got to go.
You're all in or all out.
Yeah, it's for me. I don't know, but I want to still try a pair of these on. I haven't even tried these on.
Oh,
yet.
they're sweet, dude.
That's what I hear.
They're one of my favorites.
That's what I hear. Other than the creasy mesh.
Somebody was roasting me. It was Ted. Ted,
Why?
the Boost God, because somebody, King40, on Twitter was like, yo, Dal, asking me some questions about what I liked and what size and all that good stuff. And I'm like, oh, dude, do it, man. They're sitting. They're all worth it. Trust me, you'll love it. It's the first pair. And then he's like, and then he sends Al got these shoes. Thanks to Dal Palantonio and it's Teddy, whatever. Ted comes in there and says, I thought Dal was the mid god.
Oh, dang. Throwing some shots.
Yeah, man. So
some shots.
I had to explain myself. I said, man, this is fourth pair. I really like this shoe.
The
I'm with you,
mid-god.
Ted. I said, well, is that better than the mesh god? Because originally I was the mesh god.
Yeah, you were the mesh god.
And then he, you know what he said? Oh, actually, I responded with that, I think. And then he's like, well, you're probably right because these are mesh.
Ted, I had a little. Ted tried to roast my Air Maxes
Yeah, your Levi's.
on Twitter, and I just simply responded with, "You don't. Do you even wear shoes anymore, guy?" He sold this whole collection. I don't
It's a
know.
great comeback.
But then he said mostly just the same pair.
Yeah.
with the laughing face. So that was a equally good comeback.
Great comeback.
Like, what are you going to say to that? You can't really say
Can't say
much
much to
on
that.
either side. They're both great. It's funny. Cool, man. I like these.
Yeah?
I don't know if I'm going to cop until they go into retail. If they do go into retail,
They sure
I know
might.
they're still sitting on
Almost a full size run. I think there's one size that sold out on BBC.
Yeah, dude.
But I think these are fire.
I think they are too. I really like this pair. I wouldn't pay retail for them, but under retail, might be picking those up.
So there's two more things with sneakers and fashion that I want to talk about. I think Travis Scott, which we'll get to, I think we'll probably end with that. But dude, did you hear about the new solar, like 2/3 of the solar pack?
No.
1.0 Ultra Boost coming back out?
I heard about the red ones.
Yes.
That's it.
The solar reds have been announced October 3rd.
Yes.
Along with the neon yellows.
Oh,
dude.
the solar yellows.
Solar yellows coming back
Nice,
out, dude. Both, it sounds like October
That's
3rd.
good. Oops. I'm hitting all the wrong sounds.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a global release. I don't know who's all doing it. I don't know if it's Adidas exclusive. I don't know if all the boutiques are doing them. But that being said, October 3rd, you can get your hands on a 1.0 solar red and a 1.0 solar yellow.
I don't know if you can get your hands. I think they're going to be hard.
Here's the question I have. Are they doing it with the Continental Sole? Because that would make them even better.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know, man. I
want to know if they're coming with the Continental Sole because nothing says that they are or aren't yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm excited because I need that solar red. I did want the solar yellow. I would like to have that. I got those for you, member, in San Francisco
Yep.
at Macy's, dude.
Yep.
So yeah, I need
We'll
that
never
in my
forget.
collection. The only I did have them in a like size 8.5, I think, at one time. Sold that long time ago. But yeah, man, I'm interested in getting those and add those back to the collection. I'm wearing a 1.0 today. I'm wearing the multicolor toe.
Nice. Multicolor 1.0.
You bet.
I'm wearing the Knicks, the New York Knicks Jordan 1s to match the Bronco gear. I got the matching shorts on, and then I have the old school throw. I think this is 1987 Bronco Super Bowl.
Orange Crush Days.
Super Bowl, which they got their ass kicked in, but nonetheless, pretty cool. Pretty
Still
cool
rock
piece.
it.
Yeah, I love the shoulders on this. It's like old school, like Bronco jersey style
Yeah,
too.
no doubt.
Cool shirt.
I got the Fomer Simpson Uncivilized. The Kids Are Us or Toys R Us.
Kids Are Us.
Kids Are Us. Damn. Join on. So
I like it.
Really like it as well.
Let's jump into the YouTube comments, man.
Oh wait, what about Travis Scott?
Oh,
real quick.
Yeah, pushed back.
The Travis Scott 6 is pushed back to October 12th, dog. Does that make sense? I think it does, right? Because we didn't see the hype.
I
You and
was
I kinda talked about
surprised when
that.
you told me they were dropping last Saturday. I was like, what?
What? I haven't
What?
heard
Are
much.
you
I
sure?
haven't seen much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know, dude. I anticipated it being pushed back. It sucks because we have the fake. We're waiting for him to drop. But I'm not going to pay $2 to
Nope.
get them early.
Right now,
Like,
no way.
Just not going to do it, especially when they're dropping in family sizing.
I know, which
Like-
means they should have 60,000 pairs plus.
Right.
At
for
least
sure.
with that.
Yeah, it's a little much. Cool, man. Sneakers and fashion. You good on that?
Good.
All right, we'll jump into some YouTube comments here. First of all, I apologize. YouTube comments kind of, or we don't have a ton because we got up late. I didn't get the video or the new episode up until after like 9 p.m. on Tuesday night. Just with the editing, I don't know why my computer decided to just take forever to export. Normally it takes about 2.5 hours to export the full episode. It took like 5.5, 6 hours to export the episode, which is why we're taking strides to go in and do this show live, man. And let me just jump into the comments because I'll address some of that here. But first up, Dirty DJ. Yo, fellas. Ravens stole Lamar with the 32nd pick. Traded back into the first round and grabbed him. As a Ravens fan, I'm blown away with his progression, but not surprised since the Ravens offensive coordinator, Greg Roman, is the same guy who made Colin Kaepernick the QB in the Super Bowl. I still have my reservations since it was against the Dolphins, but he definitely looked much improved slinging it. Man, what about Hollywood Brown too? To add to the fantasy talk, I was the last person to pick up a QB in the league and got Brady way late, like in the 12th round, and got Lamar Jackson in the 16th. What? Lamar Jackson was sitting there in the 16th in your round? You took Brady before Jackson? What kind of league are you in, DJ? My goodness. It's good stuff right there. Some money-making league. As for the fantasy show, couldn't you talk waiver moves on Monday's show to start and Stardom Situm's Thursday show? I'm not going to talk waiver moves. I'm going to kill myself, dude. I'm in the league with all these people, and my research, I'm just giving away everything, giving away my money. Like, I'm literally just giving away my money. So the waiver shit, it just doesn't make sense. Like, plus, like I said, the season on Monday, the games are still a Monday night game. I don't fully know what's happening yet.
Right.
I don't even know who's not practicing this week. You kind of almost have to get a couple days into the week to see if guys are going to practice. I mean, look at this. Le'Veon Bell just popped up today and might not play Monday night. Like, the stuff it's throughout the week. It's fluid. It's not concrete on Monday. That's why it's so hard to do that on Monday. But more on that in a second with the future plans of the show. Man, TTF, I got the push notification too for UFC and was like, WTF. I totally lost interest on the card. I did hear that it was super hot in the arena, like over 100. So they definitely need to do something with the AC if they're going to continue to have fights over there. They have indoor skiing and snowboarding over there, so I don't get why it was so hot in the arena. TTF, those Air Maxes turned out sick. They're going for a decent amount of money on eBay too. Doubt you could have cleaned up, bro. If you would have kept both pairs instead of canceling. Damn, that sucks.
I know.
My condolences again to you on your L.
Take that L on the way out.
Thank you.
I missed out too. Anyways, congrats on the plunge into the cast full time and the walk the dogs from your lady. They're definitely sick. Poop laces in the poop bag is an awesome touch. Keep up the good work, fellas. Good luck on the Supreme and Sakai drop today. Oh, and where's part 2 of Dow's collection? It's coming, bro. He just quit the job. We got it going now. We got some things cracking.
You bet.
Got moves making in the studio. Pablo up next. You sent me the link last minute in Insta, and I was in in it within 15 minutes. Had to lock my lineup super short notice. LOL. Look at that, dude. So that's someone saying, hey, I still made it in. And it's true. Because I sent out on Twitter like last minute, yo, or on Instagram, like if you want to get in the DK league, and he hit me up last minute, still got a lineup in. And a bunch of you fools didn't. It's trash. Anyways, Jay Nasty, the Mad City Madman, up next. Most misunderstood alleged rapist? Dude, what the fuck is going on? I'm with you, TTF, but I cannot wait 20 years. I need to know tomorrow. ESPN start rolling the 30 for 30 stat. Dow, you're getting a Super Bowl, you piece of shit. End quote. LMFAO. I love it. That was funny.
That's tight.
That was classic. Thank you, Jay Nasty, coming through.
Jay Nasty.
Blake P up next. Freedom. Congrats on your corporate retirement, Dow. Let's see the gold watch, bro.
No gold watch here.
Didn't get one of those. Okay. Can we expect more content from now on that you have more free time? I hate to admit it, but I've been disappointed with the lack of featured footage. Blake. So yeah, man. I mean, I think you could probably answer that yourself. I mean, I don't think he quit the job to produce less content. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I don't know. In all seriousness, I mean, I don't think people understand what it takes to drop 2.5 hours of show twice a week when you don't have, when you're editing it too. So not only are you prepping to do the show, you're getting the information, you're making sure you know what the hell you're talking about. Then you're doing the show. Then you need to go home and export all the footage into the computer and then start editing the show. This has become a huge issue, and it's going to become a huge issue. And basically JJ, he edited 3 to 4 shows together the past few months. Other than that, I've taken over the editing since his computer busted the first time. He got a few more shows in when it got back going, but then it's gone again. It was gone again. So I've been editing, dude. It's a lot of work. It's not easy. It's not easy to do all this editing, plus keep the editing for the sneaker channel, plus do the show. Like, it's a lot, man. You need a team. You need more people. Obviously, Dow quitting the job is going to help, but we're going to probably have someone else behind the scenes. Like, we got a bunch of stuff in the works. Just be patient. Like I said, man, if people knew, like, I don't know what you guys think. I don't know if you just think we show up here and just, hey, we're here, man. We're in here. All right. Yeah. Just,
hey, what do you want to talk about, man?
Yeah, we're just, I don't know what you guys think. If you think it's just this easy, if you think the show just looks good, so it's easy. The show looks good because we work our dick off. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know what I don't know, dude. It's going to be, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. That's all I'll say. We're continuing to push.
Yeah.
Mike the Man, aka Boost Dad Canada, up next. A little hot on the shot. Boys, incredible cast once again. Let's go with the merch. That's where you guys will make the real cheddar. Couldn't agree more, dude. Couldn't agree more. It's coming. Don't worry. Jay Nasty, Mad City Madman. No disrespect to Ted, but that seat belongs to Jay motherfucking Nasty. He also continues, as of this moment, no thumbs down, prick. They know I'm getting close to that motherfucker. Fret not, I'll get there. Let's get the DK rolling, folks. Did you ever imagine a troubled player getting booted from the Raiders only to be picked up by the Patriots? WTF is going on in this messed up world? I'm confused. Wait, I didn't take my ADD meds. When I get unconfused, I'll be back. Oh, love that guy. Always funny stuff. T-Mobile. I'm glad you mentioned you want us to comment as much as possible. Sometimes I feel like I comment too much, LOL. But I'm trying to add to the cast, and with more than just a simple yup or nope or maybe, hoping I give a little more content on the current topics. That being said, the Levi's Air Max 90s are fire. Bummed out I didn't get a pair for myself. Probably going to get the Levi's 4s as soon as I can customize / ruin them. T-Mobile, appreciate you, dog. Yeah, never commenting too much, man. That's not to say, people, whatever. If people want to comment a little bit, if they want to comment a lot, do whatever you guys want to do. I'm here for it. I appreciate that you guys love the show. And just know we're putting in the work. I mean, I say all that stuff almost like out of a place of frustration. Like, man, I wish you guys knew, like, not only what we're working on, but the fact that we're doing that simultaneously while still putting out these episodes. Like, we're not breaking. We're not stopping doing the show until we get shit organized. We're still doing the show while we're organizing, guys. It just takes some time, man. It takes time to get everything into a mode where it's like, all right, cool, that's tight. Now we can move on to this. This runs itself. We figured this out. We don't have any of that yet.
Right.
We don't have a podcast that runs itself. We don't even have a recording process that runs itself, dude. You got to have that before you can start putting yourself in another arena and stretching yourself into merch and stretching yourself into doing other things. You don't just jump in and do it all. So with all that being said, we are making the move to start recording the show live. Now, what that means is we're not going to be publishing the show live and doing the show live right away, but that's the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal here is to get to 3 shows a week, and this is to be a morning show. This to be a 10 to noon, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It goes on live. If you catch it live and you interact live, cool. If you don't, you catch it on the podcast, cool. That's the ultimate goal. That's where we're going to go with the show. 10 to noon, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 days a week, live. That is the ultimate goal. But in order to do that, you need to tighten up your recording process. You need to tighten up the editing process. You probably need to have someone behind the scenes to help out with that. You got to get merch going. You want to get all this shit going, but you can't do it all at the same time. Steps have to be taken. Why didn't I bust out the gate with a $95 Patreon? Why is it $10? Because I feel like you giving $250 an episode is cool. Thanks, dude. I appreciate the $250. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to sound salty, but I'm trying to. It's a lot, and I don't know if people get that.
Yeah.
I just don't think. I don't know. Just because you don't have a job, like, I don't know if people just think like this shit just creates
like
itself
like
or
it's
what.
a free for all.
I don't know. I really don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. That's the goal, dog. The goal is to do the show live. The goal is, yes, to have more shit. The goal is, yes, obviously Dal is doing the show full time to produce more content. That's the goal. You know, that's what we're constantly working towards every single day. We're trying to do a little something for the show to better the show while continuing to do the show twice a week. I think on that note, we're good to go. Yeah, on that note, we're good to go. And hopefully within the next couple weeks, we'll be doing the show live.
Love it.
For you guys. That is the ultimate goal, to be recording the show live. So then when we're done, we can click export and publish it. And then ultimately give you guys same day video. All you guys that watch on YouTube, not only, right now the video it's shit. It's struggling. It's hard. I'm getting it up at 9 o'clock on Tuesday night and I'm beating myself into the ground to do it for you. It's everything I have to get that working. Imagine if we can just do this thing live and I can roll in and do the show. And then when I leave the show, I'm done with that show and I can go create a sneaker content.
Then we go to Broncos game.
We can go
Rockies game.
We can go do whatever. We have more time to create content. We have more time to do whatever. But doing the show and editing the show is the downfall of the show. Like, it's the downfall of the time. And that's got to change before the show can change or grow. So that's the first thing we're working on before anything else.
Bet.
So that's where we are. That's where we'll leave it. And on that note, man, I appreciate you guys coming through and hope everyone enjoys the NFL weekend this weekend. Be on the lookout for the DraftKings links tomorrow when the cast goes live on the Patreon. Hopefully, we're doing 20 people. Like I said, if you get shut out, you get shut out. So you better have your notifications turned on.
Ready to go.
All right, man. And on that note, we will see you fools Tuesday.